Hello, hello, everybody. I know it's kind of weird. It's 7 o'clock on a Wednesday, and you get me again. So if I irritate you, I'm so sorry. You're stuck with me. Brandy is sick. She sounded horrible. She called me earlier. I think she's got some sort of bad cold. She's at school with all those lovely germ carrying children, and I think she caught a bug. And I told her to go to bed. And if she didn't feel better tomorrow, she's going to go to urgent care and do what Kara does. And that's better living through pharmaceuticals. She needs an antibiotic. So hopefully she'll be able to do that. But thank you guys so much for being flexible and being here. And then, of course, I contacted Randall and I'm like, you're stuck with me. I feel like a substitute teacher. I don't know. But let me say hello to everybody. I hope you guys are doing great. I get to do a live twice in a week, which is so fun. I love live. So this is so fun. And, Brandy and I are pretty much interchangeable parts. So a lot of you that are on here for season of Spangler with her are on with me as well. So this is going to be so much fun to see everybody and maybe see some new faces as well. Let me say hello. Mr. Spangler is waiting backstage, so I'm not going to wait too long to let him on because he's the guest of honor and y'all would much rather see him than me. But let me say hello to everybody coming on in the chat. Thank you so much again for being flexible and being here. Lee and Lenore are here. We can officially start. Okay, I feel better. I just feel better when I see Lee and Lenore are here. We can officially start the video. And, it's like, okay, we're going to be okay. Lee and Lenore are here. So thank you guys for being here. Hi, Peggy. Welcome, welcome. Almost forgot specialty trays for the draglings and cookies, cupcakes. Oh, okay. Mr. Spangler. They have done some extra goodies for extra virtual goodies for the draglings. So that's exciting. Let's see. Gonna grab some snacks. Be right back. Absolutely. Peggy, glad you're here. Erin, hi. Welcome. Crafteritas, hello. Welcome. Shelf J, hello. Cindy Bennett, so glad to see you. There's Diane. Diane's diamond painting journey all the way from Belgium. Diane, thank you so much for staying up and being here. Yes, I hope Brandy feels better soon too, but thank you for being here. Janine, hello, welcome. Hi, Sherilyn. It's your first Spangler show, DQ247748. Well, welcome. It's an unusual night, but I always say variety's the spice of life and, flexible. We are flexible, fun people. Okay. We are. Let's see. Colleen. Hello. Colleen, you've been on a cruise. I saw your pictures on Facebook. That looked like a blast. I hope you got rested and refreshed. Sherilyn. Hello. Let's see. Laura. Hello. Sue Layden is in the house. Hi. It's still showing my name wrong. I'll be right back. Okay. Risa, hello. Turtle Joy, welcome. Diamond Painting with Candace, hello. Welcome in. Stacy's All Things Diamond Painting 155. All is well. Yes, we just got to get Brandy well. Let's see. Lauren Duncan, hello. Welcome. Auntie Dawn, hello. Diamond Painting with Candace, hello. I think I said hello to Diamond Painting with Candace, but hello, hello. Joanna, hi. Robin Pennington. Kim got a new groove, hello. The Diamond Painting Accountant, amazing mod and dear friend of mine is in the house. Hello, Alyssa. Monica, hello. Susan Hatch from Surprise, Arizona is here. John, hello. Kathy, hello. Tanis, welcome. Sherry, and let's see. I'm a good substitute. Well, that's good. I kind of, I feel like a substitute teacher, but I do know what I'm doing because, when you walk in as a sub, you're sort of like, okay, what am I doing here? And but I'm just a little familiar with live, so I think I'll be all right. Tasha, hello. Nancy, finally watching live. Well, hello, welcome. So glad you're here. Starla and Meredith, hi. Let's see. Sherry and Connie and Robin. Sue Bell, hello. Yes, Carol, Brandy, feel better. We're never just stuck with you. Sometimes you are. You know, you never know with me. But I'm glad to be here. So thank you. Kim got a new groove is here. Sherry Jones, Levi, hello. Crafting with Lucretia, hello, welcome. DQ is your first live. Well, welcome. We're so glad you're here. Levi says, hi, Randall. Blackie Sabbath, evening all. Hi, Julie Saris. My friend Julie's in the house. Marion, hello. Are you still in San Antonio, Marion? I have to show you my progress. That's my next announcement is my progress on this beautiful painting. I'm telling you, if this is not my favorite Randall Spangler painting I've ever worked on, it's like so close. I can't stop working on this. I'm almost done with it because I cannot put it down. It's so vibrant and beautiful. Wait till you see my progress. You're going to pass out. You guys know I'm kind of slow, but I'm working on fairy flowers, plural. I'm working on fairy flowers, and I love the sky. I love everything about this painting. And Literate Dragon was my number one. I loved working on Literate Dragon. Oh, just love that painting. But this one, this one's coming real close, real close. It just makes me so happy to work on it. Let's see. And Marion, I'm sorry, back to Marion. Marion's sent me this as a friend mail. And I was just so excited to get it. And I thought, you know what? It's the season of being thankful. And I'm thankful to Marion for doing that for me. So that's what I wanted to work on. And I'm so glad because I can't stop working on it. Rhonda, hello. Michelle and Melissa, hello. Matt, hello. Yes, get well, Brandy. Stacy, hello. Mrs. Smith, oh, I'm so glad it's your first live. Welcome. We're so glad you're here. T. Burkett, hello. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to put on my glasses for this. Greetings from New York City. I'm so jealous. I love New York. It's one of my favorite places on earth. I went there for my 50th birthday. Marlon told me I could go anywhere I wanted to go. New York City. I love it. Love the city. So welcome. Is it Liroslands 7? Anyway, welcome. And I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but I'm very jealous that you're in New York City. Let's see. Leona and Honeybee. You don't irritate me. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. Oh, I know who Honeybee Drones is. You know who Honeybee Drones is? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I don't know if she wants to be, but she's Robin from Distracted by Diamonds. So everybody say hi to Robin. I learned that today. Casey, that's me. Hello. Hi, Jen. Kim got a new groove. Let's see. I did Dragon Brigade a month ago and I couldn't stop. I know. It's like you get into a Spangler and you cannot stop because there's so many things to bring to life. It's so fun. Oh, you're going to be in San Antonio, Marion, until the 2nd of December. Hello from Arlington, Texas. Keisha, welcome. Tanya, hello. Greetings from Ohio. See, I know who Honeybee Drones is. She may be trying to hide, but she can't. Let's see. It's Robin. Good. I'm glad she called herself out because I already did. I didn't know if she wanted to stay incognito or not, but hi, Robin. Let's see. Denise. Hi, all. I made it. Well, I'm so glad you made it. Cindy. Hello. Carolyn and Aaron from Brenham, Texas. All right. So I've got some Texas friends in here. Very quickly. It is 7:09 and we need to bring on the man of the hour, but I wanted to show you guys. Look, I'm so proud. I'm speedy on this one. Look how close I am to being done. Here, let me turn off the light pad. It's better. Look how close I am to being done. I just have this little part right here. That's it. Everything else is done. Look at that sky. Look at the sky. I didn't know that I would love the top of the painting as much as I love the bottom. But I'm almost done. I just have these little sections right here to do, and then I will be finished. I cannot stop working on this. I love it so much. If you haven't gotten this painting, I highly recommend. Highly recommend. It's beautiful. Love the colors. Okay. Now, enough of my droning on and on. It is time to bring on the man of the hour, the real reason why you're all here. He has been patiently waiting backstage, and we can't wait to have him here and watch him create his magic with his draglings and his amazing art. We are celebrating him this month. So here he is, the man of the hour, the reason why we celebrate Season of Spangler, Randall. Hi.
Hello, everyone. It's so fun to listen to all the people and you know introduce or say hi to everyone that's watching. It's just really cool that there's someone in Belgium watching. That must
And
be just totally middle of the night.
and she's from Newfoundland and
Oh my
moved to
gosh.
Belgium. So she's like a world, she's a
No
world traveler.
kidding. No
Mhm.
kidding. I'm from Missouri, and
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Born in
But
Baltimore, Maryland, you know?
and we are so thankful to have you as backup. Oh my gosh. It's like, you
Well,
got the first team and you've got the first team, you
oh
know.
wow, you're so sweet. I was like,
Uh
poor Randall stuck with me tonight, but
no, 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 it's wonderful. And Brandy, if you're watching, get well. We miss
yeah,
you.
yes. We're
And I
gonna
want
give
to,
her some antibiotics. She's like me. She's terrible about going to the doctor, and I'm
uh,
like, go get medicine.
yes, yes, yes.
So
I want to quickly say hi to Lauren. I heard that she was on there. But I'm going to, as usual, throw out or show you a couple real quick things since Christmas is just around the corner. It's time to start thinking about Christmas gifts for people. So on my website, there's a link to Redbubble, and many of my images are available as in multiple products. Okay, is
I'm
the
trying to make you big. Sorry.
okay. There,
I'm
I was
just playing.
getting bigger and
You
smaller
are
and
getting
bigger.
bigger.
Okay,
Okay, now there's nothing. Okay. Randall, it's going to be a minute. Hang on.
okay.
There we
All
go.
right. So this just happens to be one of them. Dragon in the Morning, available as a clock. They do it with a wood trim. They do it with a black trim. It's just one of my favorite pieces. But those are all available through my website as well as my books. Lauren, wrote the Dias for Draglings book. There is a small counting book, just numbers 1 through 12, and all great Christmas gifts for nieces, nephews, kids, whatever. Bedtime story I wrote, and they're all just packed full of my artwork everywhere. And in fact, this one has the piece you are working on. It's one of the first pages, if I could find it, but maybe not quick enough. Ah, there it is
There it
in the
is.
book,
Yeah.
and it looks amazing as a diamond art piece. It's the first
It's
time I've seen it done, and it's
I
amazing.
can't stop working on it. It's just the colors are just the rendering team just nailed it. And Kate, who is she's one of the renderers for Diamond Art Club. I get
Ah,
to chat with her periodically,
okay.
and she's an amazing talent. So
I have not talked with her, but they just do an incredible job of reproducing my colors of my artwork. Also, 2 coloring books. The link to the coloring books are on my website, randallspangler.com. So think about all of that when Christmas is coming, plus multiple prints, unmatted, matted, framed. It's all available there. So,
I would say support the artist, and also books. Y'all, if you have to get teacher gifts, they do not need another coffee mug and they do not need any more Bath and Body. I'm telling you right now, they don't need that. They would love a book to add to their classroom libraries. If you volunteer or work with a librarian, get a Randall Spangler book. Kids love them. They're beautifully illustrated, and they would make perfect teacher gifts as well.
yes, if you order them off my website, the hardback books are I sign them all. The coloring books come directly from Amazon, so those will not be signed. But yes, they would be signed. And this is if you remember, the last couple weeks, this is a piece that was getting close to being done. And as I had said before, I started this, I bet 3 years ago or so. I'm real big on starting projects and setting them aside and not finishing them right away. And eventually I get them all done. But it could take years at times. And then
I'm so
sometimes I
glad that's not
fly right
only
through.
me. I'm
Oh,
so glad
no, no,
that's not
no.
only me.
No, I don't worry about it if you start and stop projects. I say it's just like keep going. You'll eventually get them all done. So this piece I did finish. I added a few little letterings on that middle book there, and so I will be. Um, this will be available as a print on my website, probably by the end of the week, and. I will be sending this piece to Diamond Art Club too, and hopefully, I never know when I send them things, what they're going to do and what pieces they're going to produce. But there's a possibility it may be a diamond art painting sometime next year. It always helps if you can request pieces too. You can say, hey, and the title of this is going to be My Cup of Tea. Uh, Dagmar is a top dragling. She likes her fantasy books. Dewey, he likes his mystery books. And me, I like both of them. That's why I put them both in there. So, and of course, they've got their cookies and their tea and, just enjoying themselves. So that piece I'm going to set aside as finished. And then the last couple weeks, I've been working on a very small piece, but a lot of the reason I'm working on it is again to show you the process of how I start. And I love to work on this. All of my pieces are done on this board. It's called I call it museum board, 100% rag paper. I love the tan color to work on. I've just gotten used to it. So it's what I enjoy working with. And I sketch the piece out totally in pencil and do watercolor washes, which you can see I've done some work on it this week. I didn't do too much work on it because I want to work on it here on the live, so you can kind of see the process happen. But see, I'm starting to do some watercolor washes in the background and such. So this is what I'm going to be working on tonight.
Beautiful.
Put it down here.
I always tell people, Randall, my claim to fame with your paintings is when Diamond Art Club released, I forget the name of it, but it's the patisserie with the cupcakes and everything.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
My claim to fame is I tell everyone, I picked the purple icing on that back cupcake. I picked that's my contribution
Yes,
is I picked the purple on the
yes.
frosting.
Well, and as many of you that have watched this a lot of times, I have where am I at? I'm going to turn my camera around. That's what I'm doing right at the moment.
Okay.
So you can see me working on this piece, but I get kind of stuck with things at times. That's one reason it might take me 3 years. That was the reason on that one. I couldn't quite decide what to do. Here we go. There we go. We got to go in sideways. All right. And I couldn't quite decide to do on the front of the books that they're reading. So I just set it aside. And then I would come back to it and think of ideas. And I just wasn't ever happy with it. So I put it aside. And then finally it came to me and came together of what I wanted on the books. But so what I do and have done in the past is I like suggestions from people. Sometimes I wonder about colors or things, and sometimes people just have a suggestion out of the blue of what about this or that or an idea, and I love to hear them because they kind of spark my imagination. And it does lead to artwork at times or colors in pieces or titles of books, or I think a couple times we've done titles of paintings too.
Well, I wanted you to know, Randall, we have Mrs. S. Smith from New Zealand.
Oh,
Yes. And we also have Wendy from Blythe, Ontario, Canada. So, I
oh
mean,
my gosh.
you got people all over the world watching you, which I
That
think
is
is fantastic.
that is so amazing because I'm, yeah, I just use my phone on this thing, and it's just so
Yeah.
incredible to set in your own home and have people around the world watch. Only thing I wish I could see everybody and what they're working on. I think that would be incredible.
That
Uh,
would be one large Zoom meeting.
it would be, it would be pretty amazing. But it would be so much fun. And I do get to see what people are working on when they post it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And really some impressive work being done out there. So as you can see, what I have done is, like I say, watercolor as a base color under all these things. And then I use Prismacolor pencils, as I've said many times. And I just go in and just sharpen up edges, add shading, add colors, and other things that I have talked about in the past as I work on a piece are things such as contrasting colors and such as the orange, reddish orange mushrooms I've got here. The background behind them going to be kind of blues, deep forest greens at the top, going into kind of a turquoisey, misty blue, almost like it's a little bit foggy or a little bit misty off in the background behind all of this, because they're kind of in the rainforest and a lot of moisture, and so but those blues are really nice contrasting colors with the mushrooms. It really makes them pop out.
Yes. Especially like a terracotta kind of color family with the blue. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
Yeah, the
So,
underside of this bridge on I always want to say flower fairies, and it's fairy
mm-hmm.
flowers.
Mm-hmm.
But the contrast between the night sky and the underside of the bridge is very nice. Same kind of
Well,
color
that
deal.
was one of those pieces that I did specifically for the first book, The Dragling's Bedtime Story. A lot of the images in The Dragling's Bedtime Story were pieces I'd done before and tied them together with a storyline. But that one was done specifically for the book, and I had the hardest time coming up with a title for that. So it's a bit of a general title, but it works. It tells the story there. The Draglings
Yeah.
and love their fairy friends. In fact, that's what's going to be going on here. This is going to be Dagmar, and one way to tell the difference, it's going to have she's going to have four little warts on her cheek. And if you could see the end of her tail, she would have four little round balls on the end of the tail. And Dewey, he has five on the cheek and five little balls on the end of the tail. And when I'm finished, Dagmar will have eyelashes, two eyelashes for each eye.
And I always say how to remember that is Dewey has 5 letters in the name. And that's how I always remember the difference
Oh,
between Dewey and Dagmar is the 5 balls, the 5 freckles, and 5
mm-hmm.
letters in Dewey. That's how I tell the difference between the two of them.
Okay, okay.
I have to remember somehow.
And
Um,
the way I decided who is going to have four little warts on their cheek and who's going to have five is I thought, well, Dagmar's a little girl. She's got to be a little prettier than Dewey. So she gets one less wart.
I love it.
So, I need to also say hi to Leslie. And I've mentioned many times Leslie and Emily. Say hello, Emily. Leslie is the one that does the magic. She kind of puts my website, keeps it going, and prints my prints and does all kinds of amazing things that I couldn't live without.
Thank goodness
Um,
for the magic makers in our lives, I tell you.
yes, 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 yes.
Hello, both of you. So nice that you're here, Leslie and Emily. Welcome. Yeah, someone asked, is it recorded for later viewing? Yes. You will be able to come back after this live and it'll still be here. The only thing that won't be you won't be able to see from the live is the chat. Because somehow the chat doesn't get translated, but you'll be able to see this. You'll just, if you want to see this particular live, you'll come to my channel and you'll see, Season of Spangler and the date. And then if you want to see the other lives, you'll go to Brandy's channel, Mystery of Diamonds, and you'll see those lives. But you won't be able to see the chat, but you'll be able to watch it.
Well, I'm glad so many people were able to, notified and were able to make the transition from Brandy's channel to your channel, or knew about it, I should say. I posted it on my site. I know Brandy posted it, and so.
Well, I felt bad because someone had asked earlier today in Draglings and Books, oh, where's the live, or what have you, because it was
Mhm.
already a change because Brandy had her Honor Society induction, and
Mhm.
and I'd answered the question, oh, it's going to be on Brandy's channel at 7 o'clock, and then at noon, Brandy called, and I went, oh no, I've really confused people.
Oh.
I'm sure they figured it out. We posted it near and wide and far, and so.
So my pencil sharpener is always the other side of my camera here. So when I'm reaching around there, that's what I'm going for, is my pencil sharpener. I like to keep my pencils nice and sharp and gets good tiny details. So you can see I'm just kind of building up my colors. I like to build them up very slowly, lots and lots of layers of color until I get it where I want. It just takes a bit. And after doing the colored pencils and getting things kind of where I think I like it, I will probably go back over with the watercolor washes here and there. I've done that on the Dragling herself here. This particular piece of paper, and you can probably kind of see kind of the grain of the paper. When I put the colored pencils on, there's more grain.
Yep.
For some reason, this piece of paper has a little more grain than the same paper I usually work on. And I do not know why this sheet had a little more grain to it. So I've had to put the color on a little heavier, and that's where my watercolor comes in also. I can take my watercolor and do washes over that, and the watercolor kind of gets down in all those little spots and smooths out the finish of the artwork, because I
May
don't want
just
things too grainy looking.
may just be part of the manufacturing process,
It
you
it
never
could
know.
be. It could be. Yeah, I do know that even the normal sheets I get, and Crescent is the brand of the paper. They also make mat boards. I think they call it their museum board, and it comes in different shades of grays and creams and whites and such. But it's very subtle, but one side of the paper is slightly smoother than the other. And I always go for that. But this particular sheet, it was kind of rough on both sides.
Wow.
So,
Wanted to say hi to Ashley, Pink Poodle Diamond Painting. Um, and also wanted to, Randall, call your attention. Sherry Baldy is in the house. She is a fellow artist. She does
oh,
bestie series. So she just said, I could watch you color and talk all day. It's so beautiful and relaxing. I know it
oh,
is. So yeah, she is a fellow artist and
oh,
she's
well, thank
very
you.
talented lady. And
Oh my
I love her
gosh.
stuff as well. So.
And is her work also with Diamond Art Club?
She has her own diamond painting company.
Oh, she
Yeah,
does.
Diamond Art Dreams. Yeah,
Oh, I need to write that.
she'd licensed with Diamond Art Club, and then she opened up her own diamond painting company.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so she's
She's way more ambitious and knowledgeable, and the ability to do that. I can't even imagine.
she is a beautiful lady inside and out, and does great. Just again, she's like you. Her art just makes you happy.
Oh, I'm gonna
It
have to
just,
look it up and see it. Absolutely.
yeah. She, she's Sherry Baldy. Is her name, and again, artist in her diamond painting company is Diamond Art Dreams,
Okay.
and she
Right.
licenses obviously herself, but I think she's bringing in a couple of other artists as well. So
Uh-huh. That's wonderful. It's making a living as an artist is a very challenging process. It's a lot of work. It's extremely satisfying to be able to do what you love to do, and if you're lucky enough that people like what you do and buy it and you can make a living at it, it's wonderful. But it is pretty much day and night job. And
I was going to say it's either got to be feast or famine, right? So
it it is absolutely every year. In the particular business I was in, I did the art show circuits for 42 years. And, when it was good, when the weather, spring and fall, when you had your big art fairs and such, yes, your income was very good. But then once you got to midwinter and there were no art fairs and you were trying to survive off of what you had piled up in the bank, and sometimes
yeah,
it made it and sometimes it didn't. But
yeah,
it's quite a process, but it keeps you on your toes and keeps you moving, and very, very satisfying though to do what you love to do in life.
yes, absolutely. Well, and again, diamond art is a blessing because again, it gives artists another avenue as far as income. And
Absolutely.
I love the fact that there are other income generators like coloring and just other things that, people kind of delve into to, reduce stress and puzzles and, all that kind of thing. And it not only helps the artist, but it also helps us. So,
Yes, yes, yes. It's really really been wonderful, and I have licensed my work for many years, 25 years on various products here and there. But until Diamond Art Club came along, Diamond Art Club has been the most consistent licensing that I have ever done, and it is just been
yeah.
helpful. I mean, people around the world in Belgium or New Zealand would have no idea who I was or what I did without them. So I'm
Well,
very
we talked
thankful.
about when did we were we I think oh we were actually talking about it on my live on Monday because Rebecca was on she has a small business. She does tumblers, t-shirts, that kind of thing. And we
Hmm.
were talking about the retreat when you came in, and I think we were, screaming, yelling, being silly, and I think we
Yes.
scared the daylights out of you. And Brandy said, "I don't think he realized what a rock star he is." Like everybody was just, and I was like, we are absolutely overwhelming this poor man. He's like, who are these crazy women screaming Spangler? Like, that's
Well,
crazy. But
that was kind of the beginning, early in the Diamond Art Club experience of me, licensing with them. And it
mhm.
was kind of all new to me. And yes, it was a pretty scary thing.
I know. Oh, poor thing. The look on your face. And Brandy's looking at all of us like a mom, like, will you people calm down? He's going to run away.
But it was a lot of fun. And I look back on it, I go, wow, what a great experience that was.
Yeah.
And and I wish at that time I would have known a lot of you better, because I had just kind of met Brandy, over the
Yeah.
phone and
Yeah.
talked with her. And were you there? You were there too,
I was
weren't you?
there. Oh, yeah. I
And
was
see,
there.
I
I
don't
was
even
screaming
remember
right
you.
along with everybody.
Okay. I don't even remember you. It was kind of a big blur. Uh,
You
and I
autographed
like,
you autographed the back of my planner. I still have that autograph.
oh, really? Oh my gosh. So you can see it's a very slow process here, but I just keep adding a little more shading, giving shape to these mushroom caps here. Kind of making, and I'm keeping my strokes going with the shape of the mushroom. I want the lines. If you start scribbling sideways or that, the mushroom's gonna lose its shape. So
Okay, we're
anyway.
getting some. This is a great question. Michelle says, I teach fifth grade and have a student who is an amazing artist. What piece of advice would you give him?
Ooh, boy, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, especially if someone in fifth grade.
I know, but these
Um,
kids, Randall, will shock you. I mean, they're so talented. I
oh,
mean,
I'm
I,
sure.
oh my gosh.
I'm sure they're just amazing. That's why I feel so fortunate that I am even partially successful with what I've done. Um, but what piece of advice? Oh, let me think about that for a moment here. But
Okay. Let's
uh,
see.
other than just stick with it and be open to new ideas, new medias, new things. See what works for you. Um, kind of find your, I don't know, I would think kind of find your look, your thing that you love to do the most, and kind of stick with that and go with it. It's things are so different than when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
With social media and the licensing and all the products and so much that can be done with artwork and digital.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that is just so far beyond what I ever did. I came out of high school and I even went to Kansas City Art Institute. And my thought was back then just to go into commercial design and do logos and things like that, which I was very interested in doing. But fortunately, I should say, I guess I will say I was smart enough to drop out, be a college dropout, but that's probably doesn't sound right. But I did. I dropped out of art school. I did the starving artist thing and stumbled into what I love doing. I was, did, like I say, the starving artist thing, but still was able to make a living and stumble into the art show field. Um, Art fairs are a great way to get your work right out to the public. And one of the nice things about them, not only is it immediate money in your pocket, which is nice,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also immediate um, public response to your work.
Yeah.
I know so many artists that I have met over the years that are incredible artists. I think way more talented than me. It's just like they could do anything, and I'm just amazed at everything they did, except, and I don't know how to put it in words, and I'm not going to mention anybody or any names of anyone, not that I could remember them anyway. But if their work sometimes didn't quite click with the public, it's kind of they did wonderful work, but maybe it's not the type of thing that someone wants to take home and hang on their wall. So therefore, they weren't able to sell enough of it to make a living at it. And fortunately, I got to do what I wanted to do, and people liked it well enough that I made a living at it for 42 years, and I'm
Yeah.
still going. So anyway, it's being an artist full time is a challenging thing to do, but uh, you can do it. Or okay, so you see what I've done here now, and I do not know what those little ribs on the bottom of a mushroom is called. I should have looked all these things up before. I'd have to write them all down and read them. But you see, I'm starting to get some depth under here, and they kind of remind me of the ribs underneath an umbrella in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So starting to get some structure to this mushroom. Sharpen my pencil a little bit more.
Brandy was here. She could tell us what the ribs are called. She's a
Oh, she
science
probably
teacher.
could. She probably could.
I was English, so I'm at a
Yeah.
loss. I know some
Yeah.
things, but not that.
I don't know my funguses very well.
Yes, yes.
My or it would be fungi.
Fungi. Yes, fungi. Oh my gosh.
So anyway, uh,
That is so pretty. People are loving this painting.
well, it's kind of a fun little piece, and I'm going to have I see I've got a door on each one of them, little windows, going to be lights inside. This here is the beginning of a little fairy. It's going to be a little fairy standing there. There's the person, there's the head. There'll be little fairy wings here, uh, looking up at Dagmar and talking to her. So it's a tiny, tiny little fairy.
So Dagmar's just visiting the fairy houses, having fun with the
Yes.
chatting with the
Yes.
fairies. Okay.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah, and this little piece, again, I will be making prints of it, have it available on my website. I do not know if something this kind of small and simple will end up as a diamond painting. That would be totally up to Diamond Art Club, but it will be available as a print.
I love it. Okay, Janice says those ribs are called gills.
Gill, oh, that makes sense, like fish gills. Okay,
Yep,
okay,
Lauren saying gills. So okay,
okay,
yeah, got
okay.
it. Cindy wants to know, have you always done the draglings?
I have done the dragling since. Oh, I need to look back at artwork and see the date of when on my first time I did the two dragons, because on my early artwork, I did do a couple pieces with dragons, but they weren't specifically the draglings. And then at one point I did a teacup and saucer and I had two little dragons running around it. And that was really the beginning of the draglings. But that would have been, oh, I don't know if that might have even been back as far as the 80s, 90s, somewhere back in there. Um,
So the
um,
teacup painting is where you first thought, okay, I've
yes,
got
yes.
something here. I've got something here. I want to continue with these, with the draglings.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I'm
So,
sure at this point you feel like they're your friends and you don't want to let them go.
well, yes. Well, and I think that was part of it. When I started drawing them, and then I drew them again, and they looked quite different than they do now. They were more like little, kind of like little geckos or something, but they were still little dragons. They had little scales and such. Now I'm going a little bit darker colored pencil here to darken the ribs in here, make them stand out a little more. I probably need to sharpen this pencil a bit. But I think I kind of connected with them because they got to do fun little things. I always liked uh, living, kind of mentally living in a whimsical, happy, little fun world. And they kind of gave me that opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of expressed myself through them a lot of times.
I
And
was going through some things and I found the story of the Draglings and I printed it
mhm.
out. I think you had put that in the Draglings and book site. So I think maybe at our last live, I'll read the story of the Draglings to everyone so they can get a history because there are lots of new people.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, yes. I explained the two draglings, Dagmar and Dewey. There are other draglings. There is a blue dragon called Rupert that will show up in a few pieces. He's the blue dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Dagmar and Dewey are personalities kind of like cats. I'm a cat person. I've got cats. They're my children. Um, so that's a little bit what Dagmar and Dewey are like. And I feel like Rupert is a little more like a dog, a little bigger, a little devoted. He'll follow you around the house and such. And then there is another dragling I added last year called, and I believe we came up with Drayland.
Draylin, uh-huh. Someone
Drayland.
asked if you have any plans to make more pieces with Draylin and Rupert. Okay, where did he go? Randall, come back.
Hate this.
Okay, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you. I just
No,
can't
no,
see
no.
you. It has come a long way, Glimmer Gremlin. Okay, he's probably going out and coming back in. So hopefully he will do some more pieces with Draylin and Rupert. Okay, here he is. Here he is.
When that happens, that means I got a spam call.
Okay,
when I
now
get a when I get a call on my phone, it just knocks me right out of the and I'm turning my camera back around to the back camera and back to this. So anyway, sorry about that. I do not know why that. Okay, camera, turn sideways. There we go. Okay.
There we go. Okay. I just wanted to get you back
Back
to
to
full
it.
screen.
No, it wasn't you. It was on my end.
Someone
And
said, please let Randall know my favorite DAC piece I've done of his is Santa Surprise.
oh, fun. Yes. And with Christmas coming up.
Yes. And you know, you would think with all the green, but just your choices of greens, the draglings really, like if they're in front of a Christmas tree, like I did trimming the tree last year actually.
Mhm.
And just the way and the draglings are literally in the tree decorating it. And the
Yes,
way they
yes.
stand out was just amazing.
Yeah, lots of shades of green, lots of shading around edges of things. You can see as I'm working on this and doing shading, getting the darker shading around the edges just kind of gives definition to everything. And I
Nice.
will be adding more shading to the mushroom itself. I want it to have be even rounder looking and more three-dimensional feel to it.
Yeah. Well, Randall, I have some people that have become my personal alarm clocks. I'm getting alerts on my phone. I'm getting alerts
Hmm.
in the chat. In the
Oh,
chat, because you know what? They know me, and I do not mind getting bothered, getting bugged about stuff like that. When I was a principal, my secretary would have to like set 15 alarms, and she'd be like, "I'm so sorry to bother you, Kara." I'm like, "No, it's not a bother because I would lose total track of time." Okay, so let's get into, let me put
the,
on my
the,
glasses. I have the spreadsheet. Brandy sent me the spreadsheet. I'm going to shut this
excellent.
down. Yeah. Get
Excellent.
into the spreadsheet. We are going to, I'll let you know, here it is, the number spread. Y'all write this down. Kara's being technological, opening up a spreadsheet. Don't tell anybody. Okay, here we go. So our number spread for the week 2 prizes are number 1 through 183.
Okay.
And our first, I have this written down too. So I'm having to make plates spin in the air. All right, let's do our first prize. You know what? See, this is so me. I remember everything except a pen. Okay. All right, let's do. We have a new sponsor. I actually got a hold of the owner, and we were talking about some other stuff. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't realize Season of Spangler had started. We want to sponsor." So they're sponsoring every week. So let's start off with a $10 gift card to the Diamond Design Company.
Ah.
And again, the number span 1 through 183.
Okay. Let's do 165.
165. Sarah Lee Enable, Anable, Sarah Lee. So congratulations, Sarah Lee.
Congratulations, Sarah Lee.
Let me write this down. Sarah Lee.
Now, this particular type of mushroom has these little white bumps
Okay.
on the top.
Our next gift, our next prize is a DP with Sparklers $20 gift card.
Okay. Let's do number 8.
Number 8 is Robin Pennington.
Oh,
Congratulations.
I've seen her post on Facebook, so I know
Yeah.
the name.
All right.
Congratulations, Robin.
All right. Our next prize is a $20 gift card to Firefly Diamond Painting Trays.
Okay. That will be number, let's see, 92.
92. Shelly Heinen Nations. So Shelly,
Congratulations, Shelley.
congratulations. I'm writing all of this down as fast as I can.
I'm just
And I,
jumping all over, working on different parts of this as we're talking here, and that's kind of the way I do my artwork. I kind of get tired of working bottoms of mushrooms, so I'm jumping back over to the dragling, adding some more shade on him.
that's, yep, we flip our diamond paintings all over the place.
I
Sometimes
do.
we turn the top, the side, the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
our
all.
next prize we've got is a $25 gift card to Crafting and Crime Daily. She was
Oh,
just on my live Monday. She does the tumblers and the coffee mugs and
oh,
t-shirts and all
cool.
kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, let's go with number 113.
113, Jackie Peterson. Congratulations, Jackie
Congratulations,
Peterson.
Jackie.
All right. Our next prize is a $15 Puttylicious gift card.
Wow. Nice. Puttylicious.
Yes, they're making scented
Um,
putty these days to put in our
oh,
pens.
really?
Yeah, we put the putty in our pens to pick up the drills, and it smells. You can't eat it, but you wish you could.
Oh, who would have ever thought of such a thing?
Yep.
Obviously, someone did.
Oh
Number
yeah.
47.
47 is Audrey Hokaiko. So Audrey Hokaiko has got the Puttylicious gift card.
Congratulations, Audrey.
Congratulations.
Yes. Let's see.
All right. Next, we have a $15 gift card to Craftspirations.
Okay. How about number 172?
172. Miriam Chispa Angelica.
Congratulations, Miriam.
Chispa Angelica. Okay. Awesome. All right. And we are rounding it out with a $50 gift card to Diamond Art Club. Who's the lucky winner?
Oh,
Kira
the big
Daniels.
one.
Kira Daniels. Woo woo. Me, pick me.
The big one. Okay,
I'm
let's
not
go
in here.
for.
I'm not in here.
Let's see. What number shall I choose? Where have I been? All around, everywhere, except, let's see. How about 23?
I was going to say number in the 20s. All right. Aaron Colley. Congratulations. I know that name.
Congratulations, Aaron.
Where is she? There she is. Right. Okay. So we have if all of you that we've selected have filled out the Google Doc, you don't have to do anything. Oh, Aaron's in the chat. Oh my God, thank you. I know, Aaron Colley. You know, I'm thinking Diamond Art Club's going to have to make a Black Friday announcement quick. So, you know, with that possibly coming up, we don't know if they're doing it or not. They haven't said anything. You know, they like to surprise us, but that'll come in handy if they do. But
oh, absolutely.
so for those that have won, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to email anybody. You don't have to do anything because you filled out the Google form at the beginning. If you did not fill out that Google form, we will be in touch with you, and it's going to take a little bit longer for you to get your prize. But if you did, we have your email and we have everything that we need in order to send you. And all of these are every single one of them are gift cards. So all we have to do is let the businesses know, and they can email you your gift card, and you can shop till you drop.
So easy.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, I can do some damage. I can do some damage. Yes. So
that's and everyone. I want to remind you when we get to the end of our season of Spangler, the grand prize. I always do a small original, all framed up in a nice elaborate frame, and that is always the grand prize. And as I announced last week, I'm going to do a smaller grand prize of a little smaller original. It'll be a little bitty thing, but it'll be in a really neat little ornate frame. And I'm going to give away two originals this time.
It's really, guys, that is super special. I don't know. I really don't know of any other artist that does an original framed. This is super special of Mr. Spangler to do. I know I've received an original from Randall, and it is hanging very proudly in my craft room. I love it. I treasure it, and it's just amazing of you to do. So thank you so much. We very much appreciate it.
Thank you. As you can see, I've jumped back to working on the mushrooms again. I go back and forth. I get tired of working on one thing. There for a little bit, I had this is a blending pencil. So, again, you've got that rough texture I was talking about earlier. The blending pencil, I can go in there and put a little pressure on there and just kind of blend the colored pencils in. It does have a tendency to lighten them just a little bit as I blend it in, but then I just put on more layers and blend more. So anyway.
I was going to say the white dots, for lack of better term, on the mushrooms look
Yes.
3D. They look 3D. They look like they're popping out at
Well,
you.
I'm trying to get there. Yes, I did a little bit of a cream on the bottom side of them because they actually stick out of the mushroom. I've got a feeling as they come up through the ground, they probably have more of a white cap on them, and then as they expand into this, the red part comes out, and these I think are little broken pieces of the white cap that are on it, and I don't explain it well at all because I'm not a fungi expert, but makes me think of an old Steve Martin thing about being a fun guy or something like that. But
Wild and crazy
well,
guys.
maybe
Right?
that's it. I'm thinking of the old Saturday Night Live skits from
Oh yeah. Oh
way
yeah.
back
Those
in
were
ancient
classic.
times. But anyway, yes, and so that's what I wanted to do is I put a little bit of a darker in there, and then put the white colored pencil on top, and that's the fun part when you're working on this tan paper and doing all of this. The fun part for me is adding the white highlights to things because it makes them come alive. It makes the eyes come alive on the draglings, and the highlights on the noses, and the little lights in the windows here. They'll have some white and yellow mixed in there. So
It sure does.
it just kind of brings everything alive and gives it dimension. Yes.
Well, and I promise where you're putting that white highlight is where I'm sure the rendering team at Diamond
Oops.
Art Club sees it and goes, ABs, fairy dust. Let's add some pizzazz right there.
Okay. Okay.
I
Yeah, it's
love
always
it.
a challenge. I know because they're working with a grid pattern to turn
Mhm.
these things, and I have so many curves and so many shapes, and everything gets turned
But
into a
they
grid,
just
which is a
do.
challenge.
It's really, I mean, it's the perfect, I always say it's the perfect marriage with Diamond Art Club as far as how they render your work.
Oh, yes, yes. It's incredible what they do. Just incredible. Yes.
Okay, let's see. Oh, Matt is everybody's saying thank you. Yeah, they're saying that what you're donating is just amazing, and it
Oh,
really is. It really is. We're very fortunate to have Randall agree to be on here and show us what he's doing and let us get a peek at what his art and how he creates it.
well,
Um,
it's just a lot of fun for me. And one of my goals here is to, when you see art on products and stuff out there, most of the time you don't know who did it, you don't know how it's done anymore, you don't know if it's AI, you don't know if an artist really did it or how it was done. And so I just want to kind of educate everyone to this is how I do my artwork anyway. The old fashioned way, pencil, papers, watercolor, plus this is what I did at my 42 years of art shows. I did about 35 a year, so well over somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 art shows I attended. But I would sit there for, you sit there for 2 to 4 days at a show, and all these people come by, and I would just sit there and draw, and people would watch me, and I'd tell them about it. So basically, I'm doing the same thing I've always done, and I really enjoy that.
Do you
Uh,
find I sometimes I can be totally engrossed in doing something, and then when someone stands over me and I know they're watching, it's different. It's different on camera because you don't really have anyone physically in the room. Do you get nervous when people are standing over you when you're doing?
No, not
No.
really. Sometimes, like even working on this here, I'm getting good details and such in.
Hmm.
But and part of my issue here, my only problem I run into here is trying to work around my phone hanging in midair between me and the drawing.
Right,
I'm
right,
kind of
exactly.
looking around it. So, during the week in between, I will bring the drawing up about 6 to 10 inches from my face with my very sharp pencils and really get in there and do some really tiny little finishing off things. I think I can do quite a bit of that here.
Yeah.
But when I'm kind of by myself and I got it right in front of my face, I'll do a little more, you
Okay.
know. So
All right.
anyway,
Well, it is 8 o'clock, so I
okay.
am gonna sign off. Also, guys, on Monday, Brandy is going to be out of town, so Randall gets stuck with me 2 times in a row. He is a brave soul. Poor
Oh,
man.
that'll be wonderful. Yes, I do. Brandy did tell me about next week. Yes,
Yeah.
there's
So
something very
Monday.
important happening.
So for those of you that are still here, spread the word. So what's going to happen on Monday is I will be live during my time, and I will be taking Season of Spangler for Brandy on Monday as well because she will be out of town. There's nothing wrong. That's why she's got to get well. She's going to Disney with her family, so it'll be fun. But I will be here for 2 hours straight. If you can stand me for 2 hours, you can tune in whenever you want, of course. But
Yes.
I am going to be doing basically I was gonna do an hour and I'm like, why make everyone get off and come back on? I'm just gonna stay on for 2 hours. So Randall, you are welcome to be here both of the hours, and we can create for a couple of hours, or you can get on the second part, or you can get on for an hour and 30 minutes, whatever you want to do, just let me know. And
Okay, I
yeah,
will.
it depends. I know it depends on your schedule. So, but I
Okay.
will be on for 2 solid hours. So I'm going to
Wow.
put my live like I normally do on Monday morning. My live will
Hmm.
be at 6 o'clock Central Time, like it always is. I'm just not going to stop at 7. I'm going to go through 8 because I will have my time and Brandy's time. But I just thought it was ridiculous to make everyone get off and then come back on. No, I'm just going to stay on. So
Okay, I will give that thought and talk to you about that before then.
yeah, it just depends
And we'll
on
figure it out.
your
Yes.
schedule.
Yeah.
We can do it as usual. You can come on at 7 or whatever you would like to do. It's all
Okay.
you are the man of the hour, so it
Well,
depends on you.
but that's the other fun thing is most everyone watching is probably working on their own and creating on their own.
Yeah.
And that's something I loved about being in art school and the classroom setting is all the people creating at once. And of course there it was fun because you could stop and talk to them and look at their artwork and compare and all this. But it's a fun experience. I like doing that.
Yeah, and we just have so much to learn from each other. There are just so many people
Yes,
with such
yes,
creative ideas that
yes.
I'm always amazed at the ideas that they share with you, and I'm like, wow, that's a really creative
Yeah,
idea. Like, how did they
yeah,
come up with
yeah.
that? I love that.
So if you're in Belgium, you're probably heading to bed after this.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
about New
don't know.
Zealand, but
I don't know what time it is in Canada. Well, New Zealand, I
yeah.
think they're a full day ahead. So I think they're
Ah,
they're maybe the middle of the day
okay.
tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm not sure about the time zones in Canada. I'll have to ask. I'll have to ask my friend Rhonda. But thank you, Randall, so much for being on these. We appreciate you
Been
so
fun.
much. And
Okay.
thank you to the sponsors, and thank you guys for being so flexible tonight and coming on. And so glad you guys joined us. And I will see you for 2 hours on Monday, and we will draw prizes for week 3. I will have the spreadsheet. And we will get to share some more time with Randall and get to watch him. I always call it the Randall spa because it's so relaxing and fun to watch. But thank you guys for being on, and we will see you on Monday.
Right. Bye.
Bye.